Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones. Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones, Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones, Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones. Billy Higgins, Billy Higgins, Billy Higgins, Billy Higgins, Billy Higgins. I want to give Billy Higgins drumsticks to some child without a father, to use as chopsticks to pick the stars from beards of men sitting on milk crates in front of liquor stores. I first met Billy at the Watchtowers. I was on staff at Cultural Affairs, and he was being presented with a proclamation, and I was asked to write a poem for him. But Billy was instrumental in helping us start the Day of the Drum Festival, which I think now is like in its 20th year or something like that, you know. But that was the beginning of our a long friendship. Men who have swallowed grief and extracted the secrets of seasons. Men who have suffered and found the stillness of a Molly morning riding the red eyeballs of a hurricane on some corner in Watts. Old ones who could stain young minds with lips of ancient song and make them friends of wisdom, if only they would listen.
Billy was one of my favorite people, not only because he was such a wonderful jazz drummer, but because he was such a wonderful human being. You know, I was very, very fortunate in the fact that I was able to travel the world with Billy and see firsthand how he touched so many people around the world.
These children of asphalt, blinded by gray and neon, tongues tied with empty money clips, looking for the faint footprints of home training, deaf to the voices of the old ones. I remember the flags of surrender waving on clotheslines stretched across America's abdomen, colors dancing in a breeze of ghetto perfume, twisted ballet of Congolese sculpture, songs in the Atlantic's darkest indigo, whispering pyramids of bones at the bottom of the seas. Come ride the backs of purple dolphins, past the ghost of the present, a spider waiting for you on the World Wide Web, wants you to pick cotton in cyberspace, wants you to wear bow ties of yellow police tapes, wants you to snort white lines of chalk on asphalt through a didgeridoo. Children of asphalt.
Billy was the most inspirational, giving, positive person that I have ever met in my life. I'm grateful and thankful that he was my mentor, and I miss him.
Seldom are a young man's eyes an old man's eyes. Seldom are they skilled as a soul aged in struggle. You will know this life from looking at her face, light and the body of light, glorified in the fragrance of doers, builders, those that carry others until they can carry themselves. The fire of truth is an eternal flame. In '89, we found a little storefront in Leimert Park and opened up the world stage. He was my partner, the co-founder. We scraped up a little money and developed this spot because we realized that there was a dire need for a place in this area that you could provide art and culture. I mean, there were no places where music, you can hear music or poetry in the community on any kind of consistent level.
We started out with a jazz jam session, and we moved into jazz concerts, poetry workshops, vocal workshops, jazz theory classes, drum workshops. I want to give Billy Higgins drumsticks to a child without a father. I say I want to give Billy Higgins drumsticks to a child without a father. Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones, Joe Jones. Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones, Joe Jones. Papa Joe, Philly Joe Jones, Joe Jones. Billy Higgins, Billy Higgins.